Hi, Taurus. It's a wonderful day. I'm out here in my partner's parents' garden, backyard, doing a tarot reading for y'all for the month of August. Welcome to my channel, because I'm new to my channel, so therefore you're new to my channel. If this is your first time watching tarot on YouTube, welcome. It's a wild ride. I think my Gemini is like, oh, there's so many bugs, and I've been getting a little bit of bug bites. They at least seem to like me. Welcome. Tarot on YouTube's interesting. The simplest thing the best advice I can give you is take what resonates and leave the rest. If you have to mangle a tarot reading or mangle your life to fit a tarot reading, it's not meant for you. It's pretty simple. But if it clicks, it clicks. And that message is for you. Really simple like that. Anyway, let's get into Taurus's reading. Let's see. I haven't used this deck in a while. So, this is my Morgan Greer deck. I have a tin version of it, and I also have a vintage edition of it. And I love these cards. They're gorgeous. Might be dealing with a air sign. Libra comes to mind strongly. But I'm going to pull some tarot for you, and then pull some oracle cards for advice at the end. And if you like the reading, if I resonate with you as a reader, then please subscribe. Hit the little bell icon. You know all this, right? I always feel incensed when readers and YouTubers are like, subscribe, like, comment. And it's like, I've been on YouTube. I know what that is. I know that's what you want me to do. But a reminder's not so bad, right? I also know that that I feel like for a tarot reading, it's basically the exchange of energy that you would provide. So if you're going to a tarot reader for a personal reading, like myself, I have my website up finally. All these videos my website will be up before any of these videos. I know I made a few when they weren't, but but you can go book a personal reading from me on my website, friendlymystic.com. You can check me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I got all of them. I don't know if you can hear the neighbor's dog, but it's not like he's barking at some geese. There's a ton of geese out here. But I'm rambling. Guardian angels, benevolent ancestors, spirit guides. Please help me to connect to the collective of Taurus, and please help me communicate the messages that are in their highest good for the month of August for those that need it. Spirit guides, guardian angels, benevolent ancestors, please help me to connect with the collective of Taurus and communicate the messages that are in their highest good for the month of August for those that need it. Also, before I forget, don't get too caught up on the August timeline or the month this reading comes out in. I do the monthly, but it's more about if the title of a reading is resonating for you, or you're guided to watch that reading at the time you're guided to watch that reading, and it clicks, obviously, then it's meant for you at that time, whichever time it reaches you. It could be giving you insight to a past that you were living, or a future you will live, or a present you're living through. But whenever it reaches you, it's meant to. So don't get too caught up in the month. Alright? Alright, Taurus. What's going on with Taurus? I was feeling Taurus. I hate to say this about Taurus. I feel like people always say this about Taurus, but I was like, I got snacky. I was thinking about doing a reading and I started getting snacky, and I had bread, and I normally don't eat bread. I know, I sound terrible. It sounds terrible. I don't eat bread very often because the wheat tends to upset me, set my body off. So I have to be pretty austere with my food. But I was just like, I'm having this naan. I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna toast it. But I did a reading for Taurus before, and I wasn't sure. Something felt off about it. I think it's because I separated it from the other Earth sign readings. I like to do them in order, but yeah, probably tired of me shuffling now. But I'm getting the right energy right. But here's patient Taurus. But let's see if those things come back up. If this message is meant to go, it will come again, I think. Spirit guides, guardian angels, benevolent ancestors, helping to connect with the collective of Taurus and communicate the messages that are in their highest good for the month of August for those that need it. Whoop. We have a Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. I think we've been feeling slow moving. This is a very Taurian energy to me. Like the bull that can't be stopped. Not in a rampage. Though, I think in reverse this might also indicate anger. Depending on what else comes out, we'll see. And a Page of Pentacles in reverse. I see two brothers not getting along. A younger and an older brother. Could be two masculine energies, potentially, or even, you just say two siblings. A younger and older one that are not in communication. Okay, this is a very different message than what I was getting before, so I think this is the message that's supposed to be coming through. If this mosquito, oh my gosh, I don't want this. It's gonna bite, I can feel it. Come on now. I have a citronella wristband, but I don't know if it's working. Anyway, so two siblings that are just not in communication. They come out here. Actually, let me show you. See, they're backs to each other. And I don't feel like they're in their best. I feel like the Knight instigated an argument, as Knights tend to do when they're out of balance. And the Page is kind of in this emotional immaturity. And it might also be over money. It might concern money or finances. Could be a living situation that's not working out. Let's see what else comes out. Oh, that's enough. Okay. Oh, we got a sneaky 4. Okay. We have the Fool and Magician in reverse with the 8 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords. Yeah. So there's work that needed to get done. That someone was there was like a big falling out about something that was meant, like maybe you were in a business together and someone was employing their weight. There's some sort of argument around it. Oh, even the dog. You probably can't see that dog. It's funny, there's also a dog in this Fool. Fool and Magician in reverse. I feel... Yeah, I get the older, younger kind of dynamic here, where the Magician's kind of like more mastery, more, I have all the pieces put together, I know how this is supposed to go, but the Fool is like this new venture kind of thing, and it's just like, whatever this new venture was, it didn't work out because all the pieces weren't in place or they weren't utilized properly. I had a bite on my knuckle. Look at that. Ah, right on my knuckle. It's so itchy. This is what I get for going outside and trying to enjoy earth energy. Anyway, So either, yeah, the page is kind of that like beginning, that like new energy, the idea, like the innovator, the I don't want to say seer, but like they had the inspiration to start something new, and the magician is the one that had all the pieces, the ability to manifest and create that new venture with the fool. But I feel like they're not seeing eye to eye. Obviously, with the page and the king, or the page and the knight. This might also include family business. I mean, besides it being a new venture started by brothers, but one inherited from family. Because the word father came up, maybe it's from your father. I'm not sure. This is a very unique and specific message. And it might not be a job thing, but the pentacles are really heavy in this reading right now. It could also be just like maintaining a household, inherited a house that needed work, that needed some craftsmanship, and needed some steady work, and it was just not happening. And it seems like the page and the knight blame one another for that not working, or something going wrong. But let's see. Let's pull some more cards. I think for you, Taurus, it's been a long time just chatting. But we'll take some time. Make sure you get a nice full reading. I mean, despite the bug bites, it's really nice out. It's beautiful. It's been so hot, but we had like recent rain. I see this beautiful like hawk in the sky. I feel like gaining a perspective, like a falcon of some kind. Really getting a bird's eye view on what's going on, and I think getting the like not being so entrenched in like who did what and what did yada yada, and like getting so like caught up on that and being like, okay, what's the best for the situation now? If I let go of everything that happened, and I let go of like my upset and like my sense of like I was done dirty, like, or they're not picking up their slack, how do you move forward? And I get that you're really stuck on that, like the two horses that just cannot agree on the direction to go in, and then the finding the rider, the charioteer. I don't even know this word, charioteer. But finding the rider, or finding that unifying goal that will actually take these two opposing things and put them and like generate the right direction, I guess, or like get them to go in the right direction together, or these two opposing desires from either party and actually making them work together. That's the to me in this reading, I'm seeing that is the way forward. Chariot is Cancerian energy. Usually I don't talk about the zodiacal energies of cards, but the Cancerian thing came up again. So I think that really is just kind of indicating the family nurturing aspect. It might also be in relation to like getting to the emotional root of the problem as opposed to really being focused on the physical outcomes. Like, if you're gonna get these two opposing things together, you kind of have to, I mean, I did say let go of the emotion, but I just mean like you still have to honor it. You can't just neglect it. Maybe that's why I'm getting that. Like, don't neglect the emotion. Otherwise the horses won't get in line. They won't work together otherwise. If you don't like actually, you know, honor them. Okay. That one wasn't a calm. I'm taking it out. 7 of Wands in reverse. Oh, there we go. I'm like, which side is my camera on? It's a new phone. I don't know if you noticed. I have a couple readings on an older phone, but I was like, I need a new one. It's not working. With the 7 of Wands in reverse. Yeah. It feels like just obstacle after obstacle with this thing, and it doesn't seem like it's anybody's fault. I think that's part of the problem, is that like you kind of want to blame each other, but it's neither one of y'all's fault completely. And it seems like either outside circumstances or things that were just getting in the way. But let's pull some cards about. I want to see what do I want to see? Maybe I'll see what the challenges are in the Seven of Wands. See what the challenges are. Woo! That's too many, Spirit. I love you, but it's too many. I can't do that. That's better. Thank you. Okay. So we have the Four of Cups upright. So these are the challenges. The Ace of Rods. And I feel this like energy and like that spark to do something was really like held down by this overgrowth of emotion. So I think there was like, I was getting earlier that potentially there may have been like, I don't want to say the death of a mother or something, but like the reason that there's this new venture or thing involved, or this problem that is requiring these two siblings or two partners to get in on to get in on a project or get in on like working something out together. Something was like holding, there's some sort of recovery that needed to happen, I guess is kind of the best way I can put it. It could have been any kind of recovery, but there was like this kind of stagnation. So this thing that was supposed to get off the ground and get started couldn't, because there's just this overgrowth that needed to be dealt with first and wasn't. This could be emotional. I mean, the cups obviously indicates an emotional aspect. But yeah, I don't know. I might pull some more cards for that. Let's see. Clarify the Seven of Wands. Clarify the Seven of Wands. It's a beautiful dragonfly. That's a mayfly. Dragonflies are about giving away your power and not by trying to prove it to others. I don't know if that resonates with anybody. That might be for somebody. Let's see. It could also be like a lack of appreciativeness for this new thing that was being handed to them. That's interesting. Okay. So something was being given, but like it wasn't appreciated, it wasn't capitalized on, and it needed to be quick, and it wasn't. And it could be because of this overgrowth, stagnation, the what's the word? Gosh, I was trying to find this word yesterday and I couldn't find it. Isn't it? Why? Oh, there's a squirrel on the roof. Hey, buddy. Seven of Swords. Keep getting like death and funeral. But there's this sort of, there's definitely a transition that's happening and moving forward. But it's a painful transition. Like it's a sad, this is a sad transition. This is not like oh, I'm moving to my new place with my family and it's so happy and I'm so excited for this new chapter of my life. It's like, no, I'm leaving something behind that I wanted, but I need to leave behind because it's not serving me anymore. Or I need to move forward because, you know, of circumstance. Travel is not, like when we think of travel, we think of getting in the car, getting in the plane, and it's like mildly uncomfortable. I mean, I get headaches in the car all the time. I get nauseous, I get headaches, it's awful. Airplanes are easier. They don't have so much acceleration, deceleration, and like I can't really see everything moving around all the time. But travel wasn't like a glamorous thing to do, unless even when you had money, before the advent of cars. Like it was a difficult, painful, uncomfortable thing, and you know, when someone left, like you had no idea if you'd even see them again, because there was no phone, you know. So there's a painful moving on, like an uncomfortable transition, and it could be due to, yeah, I just looked at there's some trees up on this card now, but it made me look at this card. Yeah, we're leaving something behind in a big way. What are we leaving behind? What are we leaving behind? And honestly, Taurus, I have no idea which party you are in this situation, whether you're the knight or the page, or if even this is like a family situation happening around you, in and around you. But yeah, we'll pull some advice. If I can figure out. I think they're just leaving behind just like comfort. Ah, okay. Yeah. So I feel like the Four of Cups often indicates like you're kind of comfortable where you're at. Yeah, you're kind of comfortable where you're at. There's this word that I'm like, I cannot for the life of me remember. And I keep wanting to say contemplative, but it's not that, or content, and it's not that, and it's like another word. I'm sure people are going crazy if they're watching this. But there's a sense of comfortability and like not wanting to move, but then this like, I almost want to say like a switch. Like, you're gonna move, I'm gonna move you, you have to move. And, oh, Taurus, I don't think you like that. Yeah, actually, okay. I think regardless of who you are in the situation, Taurus, like, I know that a fixed sign, especially one like Taurus, that's really like wants to be comfortable where they are and really like invests in the physical like expression or space they're in, like really does not like being forced to move, especially, I mean, not in any regard, but like circumstance is really not like a fun one to have to do it. And it seems like a painful circumstance that is causing this. If the 6 and the 8 are any indication, they're both moving in the same direction. Okay. So, is there anything else I want to look into? And that might be part of the testiness with the fighting and just like having to like deal with this, like the fallout of this situation. Ouchies. You might have had to leave behind relationships. It could have indicated an actual move, like you had all your ish figured out. I'm trying not to hurt. I'm starting so hard on this person. Yeah, I probably already have. You had all your things figured out. You had all your stuff figured out, and now you have to move on. And it's just not a happy situation. It's a adversity for sure. I kind of keep looking back at the Chariot in reverse and thinking like, okay, I'm gonna do some looking into that. Okay, Queen of Swords. Try not to put this on tree sap. Next time I'll have to like stand on the table. The Queen of Swords. To clarify the Chariot. Reverse. I feel like this could be an energy to inhabit to actually balance this Chariot, because the Queen of Swords does not take anything personal unless she's reverse. I don't think. She doesn't have to take anything personal. She makes the most clear-headed decision based on the information available. So, this could be a potential third party that can write, that can basically balance the situation out, help bring justice to the situation as well. So if you're having issues, bringing the Chariot back up after it's fallen, like, you might have to ask a third party for advice, or just like an impartial opinion is kind of what I'm getting, like an impartial opinion. Ooh, the wind is blowing, please don't blow my cards away. I would really not like that. Okay, universe, please. Okay, I think that's good for the tarot. I want to move on and pull you some oracle cards to help you kind of, like, for some advice. And if so far if this reading is resonating with you, I feel like I've just described the situation. I hope there was some insight and like ability to sort of get a bigger picture on things. I think before I even pull any cards, like, this is a painful transition, but the more you allow and you let go, I find that the Six of Swords is often a letting go. But the more you allow, let go, and you kind of inhabit that ability to be water, like to only respond in kind with the force you're given and no more. So like the ripples of a pond or the ripples in a body of water are always in direct proportion to the force applied to that, and it never is like exceeds or pushes back. It kind of just flows with it. So the more you can be like water is probably the best thing I could say to you, especially seeing that they're in a boat on water, more water. I think that's where that's coming up from for me. All right, let's pull some spirit animal. I love this deck. I feel like everyone's seen this deck. I don't know. We'll pull the Spirit Animal Oracle and read from it. Oh yeah. I like to keep some crystals with my decks. So this is the deck crystal I keep with. I wonder if I can get it. Is it? See if it's. Ooh, it's like glowing in the bright light. Isn't that nice? I have that, and I have this beautiful tiger's eye. But I like to have crystals around my decks as like guardians for them. I just like it. It's just a preference. Okay. Alright. Also, yes, if you've liked this video, if you've liked this reading, I'm resonating with you as a reader, you'd like my vibe, you know, all that stuff. I'd love for you to subscribe and join me on my little journey. It's been kind of a wild ride just getting here, like from a year ago of like coming up with a name, having to give that name up and like move on. All the craziness that's happened in the last year of my life has led me to this point, and I'd love to create a place where everybody can be on that journey together. Not my journey particularly, but like a growth journey, spiritual growth journey is definitely kind of where I'm at with it. And if I can be a part of helping you do that, that's everything to me. Because I feel like when I can help you, I'm helping myself. And you know, honestly, when you do tarot and you give advice to people through tarot, and you're giving advice, and you're like, oh, that's good advice. I should take my own advice. You kind of have to. So then you'll be like a hypocrite if you're not taking your own advice. But yeah, leave a comment if this reading's resonating. I like to think of a comment, a like, a subscription, like subscribing, hitting the bell notification as like a way to exchange energy. Because I'm putting my energy into doing this reading for you, and if this reading's for you, I would love to receive that energy back in some way. But yeah, all right, what advice can I give to Taurus for this reading? I'm so afraid the wind's gonna kill all my cards. Well, take them. What advice can I give? I guess I gotta go numb for each of this. What advice can I give to Taurus? Alright. I think we're gonna do this. Sometimes I'd like them to jump, sometimes I just take them. Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner mind. I feel like we're in this state. Actually, let me pull a couple more before I say anything about that. It's 48, breaking down to a 3. Yeah. So time for beginner mind. I feel like Porcupine, in another deck, Porcupine means innocence, and boundaries. Porcupine does not, unless out of balance, doesn't hurt others, or, you know, prick them with their spines unless they're out of balance, you know. Let's see what else comes out. Mouse spirit, tend to the small things. Okay, let me read this. That's upright. So I feel like there's a lot of minor annoyances. So this is a 40 breaking down to a 4, 48 breaking down to a 3. I feel like there's a lot of minor annoyances. It's kind of... Oh, okay. So, first thing I got with Porcupine, or at least it's coming through strongest right now, is like, come at the situation with fresh eyes. Come at it like you have not been involved in it this whole time. And really think about that situation from a place beyond where you've been. And especially if you're moving to a new place and you're making some sort of huge transition in your life, or having to do that out of circumstance that is really beating you down, it's really a time to start fresh and let go of what had happened, or let go of what was, like I was saying before. And then with the mouse, the first thing I got was just like, start small with whatever it is that's going on. You don't have to do everything now. Where did the book go? I had it. Duh. Okay. But yeah, especially Taurus, I feel like self-care is huge for you. Self-care is huge for everybody. Let's not get it twisted. Are they going again? But tend to the small things. Just tend to the little things, the things you can do every day, the daily things. Especially anything that's really giving you comfort or making you feel more safe. Or no, safe's not the right word. I guess comfortable, really. Like, try doing little things every day to get more settled in. Because the faster you can establish your new norm, the better that's going to be. Though, right now you're in this transitionary phase, but once you get to the destination, doing that is going to be huge, if you have not already gotten there. Well, let's look at Porcupine 30, 48, not 40. Your back hurts. I love that. Are you feeling prickly and defensive lately, assuming you will be hurt before you... This is for Porcupine Spirit, by the way. Let me hold this up. In reverse. Are you feeling prickly and defensive lately, and assuming you will be hurt before you have seen any sign that such a reaction is called for? Perhaps an old sense of guilt and shame is causing you to be cynical and wary when you are meant to be open and curious. Self-protection is a good thing, but you may be protecting yourself from something that will not actually harm you, but instead bring you abundance, happiness, and love. Remember your innocence, and you will see what you have been overlooking. Porcupine quills are filled with air, allowing... And there's the police. State troopers. Alright. Porcupine quills are filled with air, allowing a porcupine to float in water. Now is the time to let your innocent nature keep you buoyant. Okay, yeah. That kind of goes back to the Six Swords kind of feeling. And to be water and kind of like float and move with the currents. But yeah, prickly and defensive is definitely how I describe Porcupine in reverse. Especially with everything being pulled out of your comfort zone and just having to move things. But it's just going to take little by little. But I'm going to read this one too for you, for Mouse Spirits. Actually, let's switch hands. That makes more sense. There you go. The humble mouse pays attention to the smallest details, and Mouse Spirit calls on you to notice the nuances and fine print at this time. In your eagerness to meet your goals and pursue your dreams, it is easy to forget the importance of clear communication and tending to the little things, including people's subtle signs that they are unhappy, as well as the small voice inside of you that says, "This doesn't feel right." Take your time to sniff out what you need to know. Perpetrate. Is there some detail or nuance about how you engage with others or operate in the world that is key to your success, but you've not readily dismissed, but you've too readily dismissed as nothing big or nothing special? Mouse Spirit reminds you that what seems small may be important and powerful, more important and powerful than you think. So look again. Oh, my words. Do not underestimate yourself or your potential for co-creating something amazing when you pay attention to the details. Yeah, I'm still getting that sense of like needing to tend to yourself and the small things in you, and the small things in the day to day, as you can, during this time, and like kind of a one step at a time type of energy. But all right, Taurus, that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Um, and I have personal readings available. And go down, link in the description. If you like my decks, link in the description, all that. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Bye.